balanced hop notes skate on the tongue, you're left wondering why you never took a shot at professional hockey. I was going to say the art, kind of. That's pretty much why.
That's why.
And then you realize that you're much better suited to be driving the ice resurfacer. Zamboni!
I was going to say, doesn't it have a cooler name?
Fuck yes, it does. Have another check to the head. And it really is a good beer.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It almost tastes a little fruity, but it's not. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like I don't want to say milk ale. But I don't know how to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
It is good, though. I would definitely have it. Well, I am having it. It is good, though. I will probably get this in the future. I do like Dark Horse Brewing. A few years ago, I helped them pour some beers at a local event, and I got a bunch of free samples, and I fucking love their beer. So, and that's from Marshall, Michigan. So really not that far.
No, but I think I need another one because I drank all of mine.
And, 4.5. So, yeah.
So I totally can have another.
Right. We're fine.
We'll be back right after this.
And welcome back, everybody, to the second part of our episode. At the top, I had mentioned that we spent a little bit of time with Richard getting lost and then found in the Boundary. And then we kind of switch gears and hang out with Darken Rahl. That felt wrong to say. You don't hang out with Darken Rahl. That's not a good thing.
Just chilling.
Yeah. Nah. Pass. I'm a pass. But so we're back in the Garden of Life, in the People's Palace in Dahara. The master, Darken, is sitting on the grass in front of a sleeping boy, Karl. God damn it, Karl. And yeah, I'll probably say it every single time. And he's smiling as he thought about what happened with Confessor Kalen in the Boundary.
Which we aren't super duper clear on yet.
Right. It was left kind of murky. Apparently, he can walk the underworld, though, so, he sees shit.
Somehow, through some nefarious way, he knows what's going on in the Boundary with our heroes.
It could be some more of the anthropomancy we were talking about.
Yeah, he's probably cutting people up in the garden.
Sick bastard.
But he slowly licks his fingers and smooths his eyebrows again.
Weird.
And he's breathing real quick, thinking about what he's going to do to Kalen.
When he eventually catches her.
Yeah.
Or he hopes.
Oh no, it's not a he hopes thing. He knows. Karl wakes up at this point, and they say good morning to each other. Rahl assures him he was there all night, just like he said he would be, and Karl's like, I was silly for being scared. He's in the ground still.
Yeah, buried.
Yeah, in a weird place in the. That's not silly.
No, and he was like, "Hey, can I go home?" And the strangers said no.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's common sense, Karl.
Yeah,
you got it, pal.
Yeah, so he just woke up from his head, slouched over, little hole in the ground. He's like, hey, sorry I was so terrified last night. Right? That was silly of me. Today's gonna be a great day, though.
What are we gonna do? Play football? No, well, I'm in the ground. No, we're just gonna hang out in the ground.
Rahl tries to sympathize with him. They talk a little bit about how his dad is a piece of shit, basically. Karl tries to defend him a little bit, and Rahl is like, well, you seem like you're of an age to decide things on your own, right? It's kind of shitty that they're treating you like a baby. Yeah,
they're talking about how his dad, tells him to shut up. Keep your tongue still, I think is the actual term. And Rahl kind of implies that this means that they don't love him. And Karl, he wants to defend his parents, but he ends up doing what, most kids do. They're like, I'm just sick of them telling me what to do all the time. And Rahl's like, what? They tell you what to do? I'll bet they fucking make you eat vegetables, don't they? The monsters.
Kid's 8, by the way. Just to remind everybody.
Yeah.
It's not like he's like 14, because in this time, 14, maybe almost a man, right?
Angsty teenager. Yeah, it kind of makes more sense.
No, this is a fucking kid. Okay. Karl, he says most of the time they're good to me. They're gonna be pissed off if I'm gone so long, though. And he lets slip that sometimes Dad whips him with a belt, and this really upsets Darken. Does not like.
I mean, I'm not really a big fan either. I didn't get a belt. I got the wooden spoon.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, that's still not a great thing.
No, it's not. But Karl, he says it's because they love him, and Rahl gives him an example about his dog.
This is the best evil person argument I've ever heard. Rahl says this, and I was like, son of a bitch, he's fucking right. Can I get some sand?
I'll eat it. You want me? He asks Karl if his dog ever got lost, and when she came back, how he treated her. And he's like, I loved her. I gave her hugs and kisses, like you do when your dog comes home, you know. And Darken asks him what he thinks Tinker would do if he whacked her with a belt after she got out. And Karl, well, he says that she might not come back if he did that. And then he starts crying, and it's super sad.
Yeah, Darken Rahl was fucking genius using this argument on an 8-year-old kid. There's a reason why there's a saying, a boy and his dog.
Yeah.
Like, he went straight to the fucking heart. Oh, you're mad at your parents? How would you feel if your dog got away? You love your dog more than your parents love you. Aren't you pissed off, kid? Any kid in the world would have been like, oh my God, you're right. But as a logical adult who knows under certain circumstances, yeah, I've spanked my kids. I don't do it anymore. But when they were a little bit smaller, you give them a swat on their ass and be like, hey, not anymore. And that was that.
Yeah.
But obviously it sounds like this kid's getting it pretty fucking harsh.
You talk about a kid's dog, he's gonna be on your side. Anything with a kid's dog, you're right. Darken uses this as an excuse to comfort him. He puts his arm around him and he tells him, you know, after this is all over, you can come stay with me. And you'll be able to come and go as you please. Which again, after what's all over, I'm in the ground. Why am I here? When's my timeline, bud?
Right, which has got to be a relief to Karl.
Yeah.
He knows that there's an end date now.
Yeah.
Okay, there will be a time where I'm not buried here and life might be okay. Namely, I'm not going to be murdered here.
But I guess it does speak to the 8-year-old that he doesn't ask questions. He just says, thank you. And when Rahl asks, what you want for food? He says, blueberry pie, but I can't have it for breakfast. And Darken Rahl is like, come right up, motherfucker.
I love it. He's like, I'm not really allowed to have it. And Rahl's like, well, then that's what we're going to fucking have.
Be right back.
I also want to add that I am a pie fan. As opposed to cake, pie is much better, if you ask me. So, Karl has good taste in dessert breakfast. I think this was a fine choice.
In dessert breakfast, it's a whole new thing.
Oh, yeah. Or, well, I guess it'd be breakfast dessert, but whatever.
Depends.
I feel like you could blur the lines pretty easily at, like, a place like IHOP.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He goes into the other room, though, and he sees Demon, and there's some guards in there, and a big old pot of gruel.
Nasty. Smelly.
And Demon tells him that he's going to see Queen Melina, and Rahl tells him he's also going to need to stop by that dragon and tell her that he's going to need her services pretty soon.
I like what Demon says here. He goes, yeah, she doesn't like me. And Rahl just eyeballs him and goes, well, she doesn't like anybody. I don't know if you heard me. It's a fucking dragon.
I think it's a little bit funny, though, because it lets you know that Demon is definitely nervous about some things, because that's definitely a man who had a dragon snap at him or blow fire at him or do some shit, and he went, fuck!
That's a fucking dragon!
I'm not coming back here again.
No, fuck that. When you said dragon, you meant like actual dragon.
Not big lizard.
Right, not big lizard. You meant fucking dragon? I'm not doing that anymore. I quit.
New job.
Here's my 2 seconds. I'm leaving now.
Speaking of 2, Rahl says he wants him back here in 2 weeks. Demon's like, why is it going to take so long? And Darken's like, it's going to take that long to make sure I'm going to come back from the underworld. Maybe it'll take longer, Demon. Who fucking knows? It'll take as long as it needs, okay? Demon lets him know that there is I feel like Demon's too Nas? Should we call him Nas? Nasty?
Demon nasty. Well, no, I like Demon.
Demon?
Yeah, that's what I see. When I see his name, I see demon.
Okay, all right. Maybe I can get behind it then. Demon says there's another problem. The tracer cloud is hidden. Darken laughs, and he's like, the old wizard is just up to his tricks. It's not a big fucking deal.
And of course, Demon is fucking confused by this. He's like, wait, the book is important, but the cloud isn't. But you need the cloud to get the book. So, what the fuck?
And Rahl goes into a super long explanation that I really feel like he didn't need to go into.
This is a villain monologue. This is what it is.
Hundo P. He tells him that my dad told me about the boxes when I was young and the book, and my dad was more into action, kind of like you, than knowledge. Basically, you're both dumb fucks.
See this? This is a book.
He, however, studied for many years so he could succeed past where his father, Panis Penis, failed. In his studies, he found out where the book was hidden. He couldn't go after it.
I'm sorry, I'm so glad you said it. Carry on.
He couldn't go after it yet, so he sent a guard beast with his magic. It was filled with his magic. George Cypher just happened to kill that guard beast, and he took Darken's book. Took him a while, but he found George, and he will always find his magic, because that's his fucking magic.
It's my magic. I can find my magic.
Right.
You saying I can't find my magic?
Try me, bitch.
I can find my magic.
He found out that Richard had been given the tooth and the book from George, so now he just has to go get it whenever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, it's just right over there.
Just right over there.
So, what is revealed here is that George Cypher did actually steal the book after all, after all of these episodes of us saying he was a good dude and he didn't steal it and he was doing a noble thing. No, he's a fucking thief. He took it.
Yeah. I mean, how would he have known that he was stealing it from Darken, who is the evilest of all evil douches?
Right. He was busy doing other shit, so he put a monster on a book that he didn't have time to grab, was it? And George just got there first?
Yeah, it was. I think it had something to do with he couldn't travel the underworld maybe yet.
That's right. He had no way across the boundary. That's exactly what it was. He couldn't come get the book, so he just sat the monster on it. George got it first.
Yeah.
So then, actually, he didn't steal it from Darken Rahl, because Darken Rahl didn't have it yet.
He
had
found
it
where it was.
He wanted to. He knew he wanted it, but it wasn't his to begin with.
Yeah.
So, you know what? George, absolved. Still a good guy.
Maybe even more badass. He just went on a trek and killed an evil beast for no damn reason.
Fought a fucking monster. Toss a coin to that dude, huh? I'm sorry. I had to. So, Demon says that Cypher could lose or just get rid of the tooth. And
Seems like you're being a little bit reckless.